two, three. Urban Therapy with Sun 752. With this your daily go getimism number 750 for October 22nd, 2016. Last day of Libra. Y'all had a nice little run, man, but I guess it's time for us to give way to Scorpio time. So welcome all my stingers. Alright, it's going down. But not till tomorrow. Right now, still Libra time, so you know what I mean, let's keep it true. Anyway, tonight I want to talk to y'all about being influenced and driven by your fears. Influenced and driven by your fears is something that happens to almost all of us. You know, there's a such thing as much as I hate to admit it, yes, there's a such thing as healthy fear. Sometimes the things that we're afraid of keeps us safe, keeps us from doing things that are reckless, that are crazy, that are dangerous, that are damaging to other people. It keeps us from doing things that separate us from other people because we fear ostracization, or because we fear retaliation, or because we fear incarceration. It can happen. So if we're afraid to rob somebody or commit a crime or hurt somebody because we fear the consequences, legal action, and all that kind of stuff, that's a healthy fear. And it also keeps other people safe. It keeps ourselves safe. If you're not afraid of breaking the law or breaking the rules or whatever, then on one side you could be labeled a rebel, and on the other side it can really get in the way of you enjoying your life, because nobody wants to be locked up all of their lives or spend a significant amount of time being locked up. Being behind bars ain't no joke, man. Nobody want to live like that. Ain't nobody trying to do that. So those are healthy fears. Fear that you will hurt somebody else, harm somebody else, and fear that you may harm somebody or bring harm to yourself by harming somebody else. Those are healthy fears. Sometimes when we get into being driven and influenced by our fears, though, it can get unhealthy. It can make us into monsters. It can make us into sort of like tyrants. I was watching the show Divorce Court the other day, and it was an interesting episode. And on the episode, there was a couple on there, and they were talking about how the man in the relationship was really jealous. He didn't want his wife to work. He didn't want her to be around other men when he wasn't around, and all of that kind of stuff. And he tried to make it sound like it was a traditional issue and it was a safety issue. But what really came out was that his fears of someone being able to take his wife from him were the things that made him act the way that he did. So it didn't really have anything to do with the love that he had for his wife, to keep her safe, to keep her out of harm's way. He wanted to make sure that he was jealous and possessive over her so that no other man could get close to her. Now, for some people, what I'm saying sounds like a good thing. Like, so what? Who doesn't have some jealousy in them over somebody that they really love and care about? And that's true. That's true to a certain extent. And we have to take the word healthy into consideration, because if you want to make sure that nobody takes away what you have taken years to have built up and everything, all right, there is nothing wrong with that. But we also have to understand that people aren't our property. As much as we say that, you know, I'm yours, you're mine, and as much as we make ourselves unavailable to other people, just as much as we want to make somebody unavailable to other people, it's still not right. In true love, if somebody really wants to be with you, they're going to be with you. And they're not going to put you in a position where you feel like somebody else is able to come and steal you away from somebody. You know, steal you away from them, or steal them away from you. You know, it's a respect issue. But if you are motivated more by your distrust and your fears than you are by your love and your trust, then you're going to act like a fool. and you're going to feel justified by acting like a fool because you think that that's the way it's supposed to be. Man and woman, woman and man. Now, when I say man and woman, woman and man, that is the way I think that things are supposed to be. But I mean that in a healthy way. You know, no relationships are good relationships if they aren't healthy relationships. Health is very important, and we have to take those things into consideration. Health isn't just your frame, your body frame. Health is what you feel inside. Health is your ability to feel like the future is good for you. Health is your reason for going on and feeling energetic throughout the day. Health is the reason that we help each other and ask for help, receive help. So fear can be healthy or it can be very unhealthy. And a lot of times it is unhealthy because we fear things that are small and insignificant compared to who we are. And by being afraid of things that are small and insignificant to us, we make ourselves small and insignificant. And we don't even see that. And we don't even try to see that. Excuse me, but that's what happens when you are driven and influenced by your fears. See? We're not even talking about the most popular fears that people speak about a lot of times. You know, the mice, the bugs, fear of animals, fear of the dark, fear of heights, fear of closed spaces, fear of clowns. You know what I mean? When you really think about it, y'all, our fears are becoming more and more popular nowadays. Think about it. They want to make your fear of things seem so normal. But when you think about it, as they normalize fear more and more, then they control you more. Because if you can control somebody by fear, you got them. You got them. The thing is, the person who controls by fear has to keep being creative. Because once you get close to what you're afraid of, once you get to know about what you're afraid of or the thing that you're afraid of, then you stop being afraid of it. And that's not what they want you to do. And we have to be mindful of that. It's a control mechanism, and it works. It works. Think about religion. And I'm not downplaying anybody's religion because I think that your spirituality is a good thing. Your belief in a creator. But if you really think about it, it's the way that our spirituality plays out. We're driven more by love, by the consequences of our bad deeds and actions than we are by our love. So we're driven by what can happen to us if we don't act right, if we don't follow the rules, more than what can happen for us when we do the right things and when we do follow suit. And forgiveness. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, when you're influenced and driven by fear, we have to also incorporate the word health. Health, because that's going to drive the whole thing. That's going to make or break the whole thing. It's going to make the train stay on the track and run the way it's supposed to. So try not to give into your unfounded fears, your unnecessary fears, your small and insignificant fears, because your small and insignificant fears make you smaller and more insignificant. And we ain't trying to do that. Alright? So I'll get with y'all later. Don't forget to listen to the Daily Go Get a Mism show every single day at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Call-in number is 319-527-6199. And if you don't want to call in, all you have to do is go to blogtalkradio.com/Sun752. You listen to the show, chat it up with me. I mean, it's a good look. Every day, though, 6 a.m., all right? Peace.